In a small, quiet town, the people were used to minding their own business. Life was simple, though the town had long been plagued by rumors of corruption within the local government.
Naku, Mari, nabalitaan mo na ba? May ayuda na naman daw sana ibibigay sa atin. Sus, ko! Di na naman nakaabot ng mga palad natin na para sa atin. Ano pa yan? Mari, saan mo naman nakalap yan? Saan pa ba? Di saan sa pinagtatrabawan ko sa kabilang baryo? Alam mo naman sila doon. Nakakasinto talaga yung baryo nila. Kasi binibigay sa taong bayan, yung mga para sa taong bayan. Oo nga, Mari. Nakakalungkot na kahit anong subok pa natin na maglungkot sa mga bagay.
Most people turned a blind eye, afraid of what might happen if they challenged the powerful figures who held sway over the town. But beneath the surface, a darker story was unfolding. One day, a group of police officers was dispatched to conduct a drug raid. Word had spread that a notorious drug dealer was hiding in one of the poorer neighborhoods, which had become a known hotspot for illegal activities. However, many suspected that the police were acting on orders from a corrupt local official with ties to the drug trade. The raid was less about justice and more about covering up certain inconvenient truths.
Gusto ko siguraduhin mo na maayos at himig tong operasyon. Kailangan nating ituloy ito, pero syempre dapat walang nadadamay na importanteng tao.
Oo, Senator. Siguradong maayos namin yan. Walang pangalan na madadamay.
Mabuti. Alam niyo, Chi, pag ginawa niyo to, kailangan mukhang malinis at maayos. Gusto ko ng mga medyang ganyan, yung nakakuha ng ebidensya, aresto-aresto. Gawin nating bongga. Gets mo?
Walang problema, Senator. Siguradong pang prime time news ang coverage. Pero, Senator, may mga pangalan sa mga files na di natin pwedeng ilantad. Paano bang gagawin natin doon?
Baka pwedeng nang mawala yung mga files na yun. Ang dami ng papeles sa isang reading. Madaling mawala yung ilan, pero ayokong may mga madami pang tao dito, lalo na yung mga hindi dapat. Tahimik lang dapat. Huwag niyong palalain.
Sige, Senator. Aasigasuhin namin yung mga files, di magiging problema.
Magaling, magaling. Alam mo, Chief, yan yung gusto ko eh. Gawin nyo lang ng maayos, ha? At tandaan mo, hindi tayo nag-usap ngayon.
Huwag kayong mag-alala, Senator. Alam ko ang galawan.
During the raid, things quickly escalated. Shots were fired and the situation spun out of control. Among the chaos, an innocent civilian named Ryan, a hard-working father of two, found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time. Ryan was known in the community as an honest man, someone who worked long hours to provide for his family.
Mabusog kayo. Pwede ka na, magtatrabaho ka.
But that day, he was mistaken for one of the suspects. The officers, fueled by adrenaline and perhaps pressure from their superiors, dragged Ryan from his home without explanation.
Anong ginagawa niya sa anak ko? Anong ginawa niya? Bitawan niyo anak ko! Bitawan niyo!
His protest fell on deaf ears as he pleaded with them to listen to check the facts.
Bitawan niyo siya!
But the officers, too blinded by their orders and the promise of free words from their corrupt leaders, ignored him. Ryan was beaten and forced into a police vehicle, accused of being a drug addict and part of the criminal syndicate they were after. For hours, Ryan was interrogated, beaten and humiliated. His human rights were stripped away, his dignity crushed. No evidence linked him to any crime, yet the authorities refused to release him, knowing that admitting their mistake would expose their corruption. His family, devastated, sought help, but fear of retaliation silenced many in the town. Those who dared to speak out faced intimidation and threats. Days later, Ryan was finally released, but the damage had been done. His body bore the marks of brutality and his spirit was shattered. The town's corrupt officials tried to sweep the incident under the rug, claiming it was a necessary casualty in the war on drugs.
Magandang gabi bayan para sa ating headline ng balita. Nakapanayam na ating news team si Senator Reyes na ugnay ng mga kontrobersya hinggil sa mga ulat ng katiwalaan at umano'y maling operasyon laban sa droga. Inilahad ni Senator Reyes ang kanyang panig sa usapin kung saan mariin niyang itinanggi ang mga akusasyon ng mga di umano'y false drug raids na sinasabing hinamit para siraan o nakutin ang ilang inosenteng individual. Aniya, sumusunod ang pamalaan sa wastong proseso ng magsasagawa ng mga raid at labis aniyang nakalulukot na may mga lumalabas na akusasyon na maaaring makasira sa tiwala ng publiko sa ating mga otoridad.
Una sa lahat, nais kong ipaliwanag na ang ating pamahalaan ay may sinusunod na proseso sa pagsasagawa ng mga drug raid tulad niyan. Ang mga akusasyon ng maling operasyon ay isang seryosong bagay na hindi dapat basta ipakalat ng walang ebidensya.
Yet the truth was clear. Ryan had been the victim of both corruption and a broken system that failed to protect its people. In the end, the raid achieved nothing but the violation of an innocent man's rights. The real criminals, shielded by those in power, remained free, while Ryan's life was forever altered. The community, though outraged, remained helpless, bound by fear in the face of the corruption that had destroyed one of their own. Ryan's story became a symbol of the countless others who had suffered under the same oppressive system. A stark reminder that when power is abused, it is the innocent who pay the price.
Uy, Leia! Balita ako!
After Ryan's unjust arrest and brutal mistreatment, his story quickly spread throughout the town.
Sabi, dinumputo ng mga pulis. Ano nahuli? Hindi naman adik si Ryan. Ewan ko, hindi ko ako namin alam eh. O anak niya to. Hindi pa nga yan. Ano nangyari sa tatay? Nilate ko yung bahay namin kanina. Bakit? Nilate nila yung itay ko. Bakit? Sabi yung sapasapan dito sa atin, adik daw yung tatay mo. Hindi naman po totoo yun. Oo, napakabuting tao ni Ryan eh.
Pero kasi, pag tuwing gabi nakikita ko yung papa mo, inaabutan siya.
Ano inaabutan? Nagtatrabaho yun tuwing gabi.
magagawa ni Ryan.
Napakabuting tao nun, ano ka ba?
Nakikita ng dalawang mata ko, Mari.
Hindi, di ba nagbebenta yun ng balot tuwing gabi? Baka naman yun.
While many were afraid to speak up, a small group of police activists decided that enough was enough. Led by Leia, a determined young lawyer, they refused to let Ryan's suffering go unnoticed. These activists had long suspected corruption within the local government and police, and Ryan's case became the rallying cry they had been waiting for. Leia, who had grown up in the same community as Ryan, was deeply angered by the injustice. She knew that exposing the truth would be dangerous, but staying silent was no longer an option.
Alam ko pero hindi ko na kaya. Alam mo naman si Ryan, di ba? Bata pa lang kami, magkakilala na kami.
Ang problema kasi, ang lakas ng mga tao sa likod dito. Paano kung targeting ka nila? Leia, alam ko kung gaano mo kamahal yung komunidad natin. Pero, hindi ka ba natatakot?
Wala nang ibang paraan nito. Kung nanahimik ako, parang tinanggap ko na rin na tama yung ginagawa nila. At parang sinabi ko na rin na okay lang kahit may sinasaktan silang ibang mga tao. Hindi ko magagawa yun.
Kaya mo bang isakripisyo ang lahat para dito? Paano kung targeting ka nila?
Oo, natatakot ako pero mas natatakot ako mabuhay sa mundo nila ito. Na kung saan ang mga kasinungaling ng mas nagwawag.
Ay, sige Leia. Kung ngayon yung decision mo, supportahan na lang kita. Pero, huwag kang magpapadala sa takot ha. Mag-iingat ka rin.
Salamat Nico. Alam kong hindi ko madali pero...
Along with her fellow activists, she formed a coalition called Karapatan para sa Lahat, dedicated to seeking justice for Ryan and holding the corrupt officials accountable.
Jacob ang bahala kumuha ng mga firma sa Plaza bukas. Siguraduhin mo makita kayo ng mga tao para iwasin ang gulo ha. Sige, magpapalitan kami ng pagsa para mas marami kami maabot.
Paano naman yung sa poster? Medyo kulang tayo sa gamit. Pero pwede pa naman siguro natin gamitin yung mga lupa.
Ayos yan, Jacob. Naayos ko na rin ang meeting natin sa Human Rights Organization sa Luzon. Ipapakita natin ang kaso ni Ryan, pati na rin ang ibang insidente dito sa atin. Kapag pumayag sila, tutulungan nila tayong ipakalat ito sa Luzon.
Leia, tungkol sa media, sigurado ka bang papansinin nila to? Kapag lumantad tayo, alam mo naman kung sino pwedeng sumugod sa atin.
Alam mo, Jacob, pero hindi na tayo pwedeng umatras. Kapag nanahimik tayo, parang pumayag na rin tayo sa ginagawa nila. At si Ryan, hindi niya deserve to. Wala sa atin na may deserve na ganito. Nandito lang kami, Leia. Lalabas tayo kahit ano pa ang mangyari. Sige guys, siguraduhin natin na maririnig nila tayo.
The group quickly mobilized, organizing peaceful protests, drafting petitions, and meeting with human rights organizations outside the town. Puspusang nagtrabaho ang grupo, tahimik ngunit pursigido, ramdamang takot ngunit higit ang lakas ng kanilang pagkakaisa. They reached out to media outlets, hoping to shed light on Ryan's case and expose the broader pattern of human rights abuses in the town. Despite the risk, Leia and her team were fearless in their fight, knowing that silence would only embolden those in power. However, the resistance was met with immediate backlash. The local government, fearing exposure, branded Leia and her group as troublemakers.
Lilinawin ni Senator Reyes na bukas siya sa anumang investigasyon upang matukoy ang katotohanan at upang may pakita na ang mga operasyon ay isinagawa ayon sa batas. Handa rin siya magpanukalan ng mga reforma upang maiwasan ng ganitong klase mga kontrobersya sa hinaharap at upang masiguro ang transparency o pagiging bukas ng mga ahensya ng gobyerno.
Walang batayan ng mga pahayag
They
na
were
yan.
accused of undermining the
Kung
war
may
on
mga
drugs
reklamo ang
and
ating
causing
mga
chaos in
mamamayan,
the
bukas
community.
po tayo sa investigasyon. Handa akong makipagtulungan sa anumang ahensya ng gobyerno upang mapatunayan lang na ang operasyong ito ay alinsunod sa batas. Mga minamahal ko, mahalaga ang transparency o pagiging bukas sa publiko. At tayo rin ay tumutulak para sa mga mahigpit na pagsusubaybay sa mga gantong operasyon. Kung kinakailangan po, handa akong magpanukala ng mga reforma upang mabawasan ang ganitong klaseng pagdududa sa ating mga ahensya.
Nagbigay rin siya ng mensahe sa publiko na huwag agad maniniwala sa mga usap-usapan na walang sapat na ebidensya. Aniya, patuloy siyang maglilingkod ng tapat para ituwid ang mga pagkakamali sa sistema kung may mapatunayan maglaban.
Mga minamahal kong kababayan at sa ating mga kababayan, nais kong iparating ang aking pangako na patuloy ako maglilingkod ng tapat at walang pag-aalinlangan. Kung may kamalian sa sistema, atin itong itatama. Ngunit wag po tayong padadala sa mga chismis o haka-haka nang wala namang konkretong ebidensya.
Patuloy nating susubaybayan ang kasong ito at ng mga hakbang ng pamahalaan upang mapanatili ang tiwala ng mga mamamayan sa mga ahensya ng gobyerno. Para sa iba pang balita, manatiling nakatutok sa aming programa.
Nakakagulat ang mga nalalantad tungkol sa kaso ni Ryan. Totoo nga ba may mga opisyal ng pulis sa sangkot rito?
Movement grew. They were able to draw national attention to Ryan's case. Journalists began investigating, and soon, evidence of widespread corruption started to surface. Whistleblowers from within the police force came forward, confirming that the raid that targeted Ryan was not just a mistake. It was part of a larger scheme to protect nucleus of local officials involved in the drug trade.
Ano ang mga susunod na hakbang ang gagawin niyo?
Despite the growing support, the battle was far from over. One day, as the group held a peaceful rally, police violently dispersed the crowd. Several activists were arrested, including Leia. But even behind bars, their voices could not be silenced. The image of Leia, used but briefly, became a symbol of the ongoing struggle for justice. In the weeks that followed, pressure from human rights organizations and the media grew stronger. International groups condemned the government's actions, calling for an independent investigation. The national government, embarrassed by the attention, ordered a review of the local authorities' actions.
Live. Go ahead, Vincent.
Yes, Diego, Philippine National Police Officer in Charge, Police Lieutenant General Archie Gamboa says Oplan Tokhang, a part of PNP's campaign against illegal drugs, will continue. This after Vice President Leni Robredo expressed her stand to stop senseless killings on the government's drug war. Gamboa said that Oplan Tokhang will somehow undergo retooling.
We were able to convince her na meron lang probably repackaging or retooling of how it's going to be presented. But she is convinced that indeed the Philippine anti-drug strategy is already a strategy that can be adopted outright. She's also convinced that indeed yung Tokhang, hindi naman, sabi ko nga, Bisaya kasi kami, no? Tokhang came from a Visayan word. Pero kung titingnan mo talaga yon, there's no killing in Tokhang.
The PNP also mulled over creating a new campaign focusing on high-value targets, a move also pushed by VP Robredo when she accepted the position of being the country's drug czar. Meanwhile, lapses in the government's campaign against illegal drugs were revealed during ICAD's enforcement cluster meeting earlier. VP Robredo pointed out the lack of a centralized information system because every agency has its own list that somehow differs from that of other agencies. DILG Undersecretary Rico Judge Echeverri said some local government units mix politics in the drug war.
Di maiwasan yung mga barangay, imbis nang ibigay na listahan yung mga totoo, ilalagay nila sa listahan yung mga kalaban nila sa politika. So, i-vet pa yun ng mga PNP at PIDEA.
The Department of Health, for its part, said placing drug pushers in rehabilitation centers worsens the problem as they tend to create new networking for illegal drugs. A concern also raised by the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology.
Kahit sa BJMP, yung mga detention prisoners, nahahalo yung accused of drug use sa mga hindi accused of drug use, nagkakaroon din ng hawaan. Parang yung contamination.
To solve these issues, the Vice President recommended the creation of a technical working group to tackle the recommendation of policies to fill the gaps in the system.
Hopefully, by early next week, meron ng TWG na before the end of the year, ang target ko nga when I get invited to the House of Representatives Committee on Dangerous Drugs, ma-present na yung hihingiin na tulong from Congress.
The Vice President also gave the agencies a deadline of up to the end of the year to create the metrics in gathering and collating data from various agencies and operations. Diego, according to VP Robredo, this will give the country a baseline to create policies and programs better suited to the Philippines. And that's the latest live. Back to you, Diego.
Thank you, Vincent Arboleda, reporting live from Pasay City.
Eventually, Leia and the other arrested activists were released. The local officials who orchestrated the raid and covered up the truth were forced to step down, and an inquiry into the corruption within the police force was launched. Ryan, though still healing from his trauma, saw a glimmer of hope as those responsible for his suffering were finally being held accountable. The activists of Karapatan Para sa Lahat knew that their fight was far from over, but they had taken the first step in dismantling a corrupt system that had oppressed the town for far too long. Ryan's story was a tale of suffering, had become a symbol of resistance. And though the road ahead was long, the voices of those fighting for justice would not be silenced again.
Isigaw mo sa hangin, tumindig at magsilbing. Kami ang lumabas sa lupa, dinanap ang pinahal sa lupain. Kami ang lahat ng huli na bubos ng tigaan lupain. Pinukuhay na ng tulog na ng tayo. Pinukuha at hula-hula ka ng paligid. Kami ang mundo na nakaraan. At sa pagkaw na justisya sa kalayaran. Kami ang mundo at biglang niyayain sa kalibigan. Ang iyong sa nagdamit ng tao at nagbigaw. Kami ang mayayain walang pangalan. Kami ang liwanag sa dilim. Kami ang pag-asa ng bayan. Kami ang kinabukasan. Sa panalangin sa gitna ng gulo. Isigaw mo sa hangin, tumindig at magsilbing. Liwanag, liwanag sa dilim. Harapin mong magiting ang bagong awitin. Ikaw ang liwanag.
Akala nyo ba